Hey guys, Delt here. Recently on my channel, you've seen me ratting to climb through ranked, and while that's probably still the go-to to get ranked quickly, after the recent changes, we don't have to do that anymore. Battle Bard is back, so I'm quickly gonna go over my thought process and picking perks, songs, and stats, and then I'll have 2 games showcasing that it does work. These games will be in Wanderer 2, because this is my testing character, but the games definitely show off how strong a bard can be when built as a bruiser. Alright, so starting off with perks, we have Charismatic Performance, which is a must pick. Warsong is next. This just gives us some extra added damage after Shriek of Weakness. Reinforced Instruments is my 3rd perk, because recently I've been liking the crossbow better than the survival bow. The biggest problem with the crossbow is that we only get 1 shot, and honestly drums do so much to help with that after putting this perk on too. Then lastly, we have Superior Dexterity, and this is just because it's good. It helps you swap between your crossbow and melee, your flute and melee, crossbow and drums, play your normal buffs quicker. It's just really all around a great perk, and in my opinion, a lot of people underrate how great it is. For our songs, we have the same for normal solo buffs: Rousing Rhythms, Beats of Alacrity, Ballad of Courage, and Aria of Alacrity. With this build, I also added Harmonic Shield because we want to tank, and the 15 armor and magic resist starts to add up really well. For my other songs, we have Lament of Languor because it's still always good for kiting or closing the distance if we need it, Shriek of Weakness so we can PvE and fight other players more easily, and I put Allegro on as my last song. I wanted to swing my falchion fast, but I'll probably change this back for Accelerando in the future. And as far as gear goes, I was mostly stacking vigor and physical damage bonuses. Since we don't necessarily need to build knowledge anymore, it lets us get a lot more and is overall just so much better for the class in PvP. I am wearing a straw hat instead of a leather cap so we can get a little bit more damage, adventure boots so we can have some dexterity because not having any just doesn't feel good, and I have rawhides on too, honestly just because they were good rolls on them, but the slightly added knowledge lets me bring Allegro or Accelerando, and having resourcefulness also is just feels good for bard. Any of the glove options are honestly great. I already talked about my weapon. I use a falchion because I want to swing hard, but I also have a buckler with added armor rating, and this build actually brings us up to almost 130 health and 40% PDR when we're fully buffed. This basically makes us a slightly tankier slayer fighter who can also throw drums. One other small thing too, I'm building vigor so I have heavy leather leggings on. I could have put padded leggings on, but the difference in armor rating is literally doubled. Heavy leather leggings in a blue variant give me 33, and I have a purple and blue variant of the padded leggings here that both give me 16, and I wanted more armor. I know it's a lot of move speed reduced, but between Rousing Rhythms and Beats of Alacrity, it's honestly not too bad. It feels so good to play. So I hope you enjoy the games. I have one in Crypts and another snippet of another Crypts game because it's the only thing that happened and I thought it was funny. After that, I took a short break and continued to play this build in the Goblin caves. And so here we are starting our first Crypts game. We're actually in the library. I think I have lockpicks. I don't necessarily remember for sure, but just looking at the game now, I think I do. And I'm probably gonna go to the Lion's Head. Also, for some reason, I'm completely horrible at playing Harmonic Shield, so I typically only skip 1 note. I try to skip 2 sometimes and just end up wasting my own time. Oops. Good thing we have healing. Also, if you're playing with throwing drums and you're using more than 3, make sure you turn these on. It basically just makes it to where whenever you throw a drum, it automatically swaps to the next one. And then when your slot is completely empty, it'll start to pull from the top left. That's why I have all of my drums and throwing axes and throwing knives on the top left of my inventory, because it'll just start to pull from there. Also, we're super lucky for getting 2 blue drums this run, but this one's even plus 3 weapon damage, which is 33 weapon damage. If you do the math and add 50% to that, this drum is 49.5 weapon damage. I don't know if that rounds up or down. Regardless,
that's a lot of damage.
Right here, we're coming up to our first person. I'm just making sure I clear the skeleton so I don't have to deal with both of them at the same time. And we have a wizard who decided he wants to fight, and he's going to fireball down the door. Somehow that splashed me through the wall, which is fun. And honestly, I'm trying to hit him with my 2 drums because I think that he might die from them, but I missed both of them. And then we get a crossbow shot in, and he stops his magic missile immediately, so I know he's hurt, so I'm gonna run in and try to hit him with another drum. I probably should have reloaded my crossbow as I came in, but I didn't, and he casts a fireball and kills himself by accident. I'll take that as a win. It doesn't feel as good since I didn't get the last hit, but I was able to get him low enough with that 1 crossbow shot to where he panicked enough to accidentally kill himself, and seems good enough to me. Now that I've healed on up, as I'm starting to loot the wizard, I hear someone else coming up behind me, so I'm just gonna go check that out. I missed Shriek of Weakness. It's fine, I'll just run back in and do it again. Right there, I got a good swing in. He's really hurting. I'm deciding I want to finish him with my drums, but this is my first game of the day, by the way, and I always really suck with them my first game of the day. My crossbow also was never reloaded, so I'm just gonna have to run in and finish this in melee. It's completely fine. Very small side note, but I feel like my character looks so cool built like this too. Is this not the coolest looking bard you've ever seen or what? I decided I was gonna pick up the coin purse and put the gold in that. The gold was never seen again. But we hear more players, so we're gonna stalk around and try to find them. Right here, I'm realizing that he's underneath me, and I don't want to go through the center, but I want to try to figure out a way to get there, so I'm just gonna wander around until I do that. I don't know this area of Crypts the best. Be careful blocking these. They're actually really easy, but I didn't realize that I was slightly upward on the stairs, so I should have like crouched or aimed down some. So since we took some damage, I'm just gonna back up and heal real quick. It's really annoying since I have all of the instruments in my slots because I have to drop something, but it's fine. And I am actually hearing that player come back, so I'm deciding to not finish healing and just go for the fight. I didn't want to be stuck without my flute or without one of my instruments, because I feel like that is more important than missing like 10 or 20 health, especially when we're up at like 40% PDR and 130 health. And this time he opened the gate door, so I know for sure that he's here, and I know that he's been in the swarm, so he's probably hurting a little bit. So I'm gonna go run at him right now, take the fight in melee. We both missed our crossbow shots, so we're just gonna win with the falchion. In all reality, this guy panicked and didn't play that well, but seeing how much damage we took from one swing is telling me that we could have won the fight even if we traded hit for hit. Right here I opened the portal to be safe, but I do hear a cleric in the other room, so I'm trying to heal up real quick and then go fight him too. However, I couldn't find my flute after I dropped it. The drums are much easier to find. I would 100% recommend dropping one of those, and it's probably what I'm going to do in the future too. Finally found it, figured that I was healed enough, so I decided to run out. Sadly, he had a portal and he opened it and he took it, so that's our cue to just leave. I didn't show the AP gains from this run, but it was only like 200 probably. If we were ratting and maximizing our loot with all collectibles and sellables, then it probably would have been a whole lot better. But I don't know, I feel like that's not as fun as running around and getting into multiple fights like we did here. The next game I played was completely dead other than this one moment when a lane mine decided he wanted to try to kill me. I had no idea he was here, but he hit me a few times and it did absolutely nothing. So then we kind of chased after him some. I hit him with a drum and he immediately fell over. I thought that clip was both hilarious and showing why I like reinforced instruments both at the same time. All right, and then this last game is in the Goblin caves, and I don't know the 5x5 map as well at all as I used to know the other Goblin cave variants. So we're just gonna run around and loot and fight people when we find them. Coming to this room, I once again have lockpicks, so I'm deciding that I'm gonna clear it out some and then get the lion's head or golden chest or whatever is in the center of this room. And just as I finish clearing out this small little area and I start to heal, I hear someone running up to me, so I'm just gonna back up, finish healing, swap to the flute, and then take the fight. I messed up shriek weakness, but that's fine. We both trade 2 hits for 2. He goes for crossbow, I go for drum, and then I finished my search kit. I'm about to drop down, and then I hear another fighter coming up to us. And I don't want to drop down here with only one way up unless I know that the area is clear. So I'm actually just going to run over and fight him too. One crossbow, one falchion, and he's also dead too because Shriek weakness lowered their armor. Now I can go get my chest. And fail the first check. And then get it open for some vigor max health boots that I honestly don't remember if I took or not. And some sellables. Now we're done here, and it's time to keep schmoving so we can find some more people to fight. Rest in peace to that crossbow bolt. While I was looting, I heard a bard, so I gave up on looting and I'm running straight for the fight. But this is a bit of an awkward situation because I see two people here. Well, I see one person and hear another. So I'm not wanting to fully commit to a fight at this point because I don't want to put myself in a situation where I kill one, I'm low health, and the other one runs up. I'm trying to just isolate more of a 1v1 situation. And now I'm seeing 3 different players here, and the bard's playing Shriek of Weakness on the other person, who I find out later is a barbarian. So that means that I can fight this other person without having to worry too much about them. And I watch whoever this is behind the pillar take an invis pot. I get a shot landed up on him and I hit him, but he also hits me. And then I realize that he's a plate fighter, which isn't necessarily the best, but I'm still gonna go for it because I feel tanky, I feel strong, I wanna fight. So I try to land some jumps on him. Sadly, the 2 really strong ones he blocked both of. The 3rd one hits. I cast Shriek of Weakness again and then go in for melee. And that's another win. I could have stayed further back and kept throwing drums, but since he was blocking them, I decided that if I went into melee too, he would try to block my hits. And when he does that, I have a pretty decent chance of just hitting him anyway for free. And so that's why I went for that. And I do still see the barbarian in the corner. I don't know if that means that he let the bard live or he killed him, but I don't want to push up too far too quick. I still want to loot this guy, but I just need to be a little safe about it. Sadly, the next zone started to close while I was finishing off the surge kit, but it's fine. I'm able to pick up my drum, get into the zone, and just do a few more bandages, health pots. Everything's fine. And now that we're here, we found our barbarian friend. And nothing says best friends like a crossbow to the face. And here, I know I just refreshed my buffs, but I'm doing it again just because this is the last circle, and I want to make sure that they're up for the entirety of it. I probably didn't need to, but this is just like a safety thing going on in my head. It's like I might as well play them again while I have the time, because I might not have it later. And now I'm running around playing Shriek of Weakness because I don't know if there are other players left, and if I hit them with this, cool. And right here, the last circle starts moving, and I was expecting the portal to spawn right up here, but it didn't. So now I need to run around and find one very quick, or I'm just gonna die for no reason. Luckily, there was one right here. And my final thoughts are that I love this build. It basically makes you an off tank, which feels great. Thank you so much for watching to this point of the video. If you did, I really appreciate each and every one of you. And if you could just do one thing for me, please just give me a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel. Really hope y'all have a great day. Peace.